Okay, I think I'm good. Let's see. I'm skeptical. I'm terrified, actually, that it's not working. Either way, though, I do need to actually do some stuff to get everything looking right. Okay. Yay! I think that's working. So, hello everyone. This is Chris Ingerson, and it is where's my dates? It is July 18th, and this is the July 18th TextQuest Devstream. So, today, oh, that's interesting. Oh, right, I guess that's natural. That's gonna pop up. Yeah. Uh, sorry, I'm all kind of turned around due to all of the weird things that I'm doing for streaming and whatnot. Um, I have a new avatar thing at the bottom right there that you might see, and apparently I am terrible at replying to people on Twitch because I have a couple of messages here, and I guess I just don't get pinged on that. Hmm, weird. Uh, in any case, apparently I probably should have started the stream like 5 minutes later than this, but oh well. Give me a second here. I gotta finish setting everything up. In any case, hello everyone. This is Chris Ingerson. I am like all over the place today. I apologize for that. Okay, I think we're good to actually start. I'm going to unmute so I can test. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, just making sure that my Twitch stuff was all correct. Um, so in any case, yeah, something you might notice right off the bat, the streams or my streaming avatar is a little bit different today. And that's because it's a new streaming avatar that I'm testing out, so hopefully it'll be a little bit more responsive / interesting. I actually know it's a little less responsive than the stuff I've been using because I rebuilt it in Unity, and Unity does not like mic inputs. So it's not going to be as responsive on talking. You might notice that my mouth will keep flapping for like an extra second, and it might take a little bit of time for it to start. But hopefully that whole thing is out of there. And I know that has absolutely no bearing on what your interest is in TextQuest, but I spent time on that thing, and I want it to look good. So in any case, so today we're going to be finishing up some of the feedback that we got from PopCon this year. I have fixed the parser issue that we were having, or that we started to fix last Thursday. So now our parser will actually handle caching subjects and verbs a little bit better. And once we actually start, I will go ahead and mute. All right. So to showcase where we are, I'm going to go ahead and get to the end of the sewer level. So minor spoilers if you haven't played the demo, but we're going to walk right past the troll. I guess actually this is something that doesn't apply to the demo up on the website, so please move. Okay, get that out of the way. And the main thing that we started to do last week, but we didn't get to finish, was there was sort of a weird sequence of inputs that you could do to basically mess up the parser a little bit. So in the past, if you typed unlock and then unlock door, it would try to unlock the door with the door, which did not make sense. So now what it does is if the parser detects that you've specified a verb in addition to its expected input, then it's just going to reset everything basically. So now when we type unlock door, it gives you the proper response that you would expect. Yeah. And I also fixed some other minor bugs, like unlock with door was originally doing sort of a weird bit of caching that basically instead of the sentence being unlock door with door, it just became unlock door, and that gave us a wrong output. So now it's a lot more intuitive. So fixed a minor oversight in the parser, makes me feel good. In any case, so yeah, today let me grab my notebook. I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to tackle a bit of a weird problem with insert key on doors, or rather lock doors. And this isn't necessarily true for just doors. It could be anything that needs to be unlocked. Currently it does not really work, but it should. So before I go any further, I'm actually going to go ahead and pull up the door JSON files. which are on Google Drive, of course. Let's go to design, interactions, intro, castle, and I guess actually we'll do sewer. Sewer door. All right. So this is a spreadsheet that I use to contain all the information relevant to the sewer door. For those of you who have watched the Devstream for a while, this is nothing new, but I keep all of my object information in spreadsheet form, then I download it as a JSON file and bring that into Unity so I can parse all that out at runtime if necessary. So currently, the way doors work is if we look at our verbs, if we come over here to unlock, oh right, it's in item checks, or no, required items. So required items are special interactions involving items, and we specify the item itself. In this case, it's the iron key. We specify the verb that that's associated with. In this case, it's unlock. The output is just going to be default in this case. We can specify custom outputs. If we just say default, it's going to use whatever the parser expects as the default output. In this case, it would just say unlocked. And then we have a data ID, which sets the game state to flag it so that we know that the door is unlocked. That way, if you leave and come back, it's still going to be unlocked. Required equipped is if you have a equipment item like a sword or a lantern, we can require that you have it equipped before you can use it on this object. And then always required just means, is it always necessary? Even if you try to, even if you already do it, do you need to? If you try to do it again, will you still need to specify this key? So currently, I'll go ahead and show you what that system looks like in the game, and then we'll update some of that JSON information and see if doing it that way will actually work. Because I would actually prefer not to have to change my underlying interaction system to get this insert key to work as a door solution. So I'm going to go ahead and please move. And we're going to go. We also might fix this, which I think I know what the problem is here. But go up on ladders should work. I don't even think we can do go. Yeah, because I think it's interpreting go as move. In any case, so we can just say climb. All right. So currently, if we try this, insert key, or rather, here I'll try open. Door is locked. Okay. If I say insert key, that should logically work. You know, from the standpoint of real-world logic, if we think about it, if you're going to unlock a door, the actual action that you do is inserting a key into a lock. So technically this is supported, but what's happening is the door, before any outputs are finalized in this system, the door or objects basically check to see if the verb being used has a default fail state. Hooray! Someone subscribed. I have no idea what that means, who it was, because I still don't have visualization on that, but I really should get working on that. In any case, thank you for subscribing. Or not subscribing, it's following. Subscribing is different. Anyway. So, I lost my train of thought here. Anyway, so because insert does not, it's just flagged as a default fail state on this door, before it can even get to check to see if it should allow it, it basically says, nope. So hopefully by actually adjusting that object information, we can get a different effect. And I'll go ahead and actually open up interactive object to sort of show you what I'm talking about. So we'll get an interactive object. Open that up. So before anything happens with an interactive object, we have this check phrase function, and all it's doing is just checking to see if, let's see, where is it actually found here? We basically just check to see if any of the verbs that are recognized don't return a fail state, and if there are none that do, if every one of them returns a fail state, then it's just going to say you can't do that. So let's go ahead and update this information. So we can try it here. So key underscore iron verb type insert. Ooh. This will be interesting. Oh man, I guess I don't really have a redirect type, do I? Yeah, I don't have an effect type. Ugh. Alright, in that case, this is actually going to be an interesting case of conflicting systems, I think. So we'll go ahead and just manually specify unlocked here. And then I think we're going to go ahead and duplicate that. Alright, and I'm going to just download that as is. I'm a little worried that we're still going to get an issue, but we will find out. So I want to export all sheets, export or replace existing files, if I can click on that. Unwrap single row sheets, no force string values, export cell arrays, sheet arrays, and that one. Alright, so now I should be able to export that. Let's go ahead and, before we do anything else, let's find our sewer door. Boop. Alright, I need to replace that. So, show in Explorer. We'll just pull that in and then refresh everything. Alright, we're going to download this JSON file. And this is, yeah, so this is what every object in the game has associated with it. It has this single, fairly large JSON file that just tells it what its verbs are, what its basic information is, what its sort of specific door information is, because this is a door. Doors are not base interactive objects. In any case, let's go ahead and show in folder. And we want this, so I'm going to drag this in, replace it. All right. I guess they're only 10 kilobytes. That's not that bad. All right. Now, I'm actually a little scared that when I update, I'm probably going to break something. But who knows? The only way to know for sure is to try. So let's see here. I'm going to hit update. We got some unsupported type item ID. That's interesting. It's also weird. It doesn't tell me where that issue happened. Oh, I bet I know what it was. Give me a second here. Let's look for iron key here. Iron key. Here we are. It is still key underscore iron. Let's just go ahead and double check this. So we're going to go to... it's probably going to be put under here, isn't it? Right. Let's go to insert. Acquired items, key iron, acquired equip.id. Okay, so all that seems to work. Let's give this a shot. See if this actually will unlock the door now. If so, yay! That means I don't have a system change. If not, oh no, we're probably going to have a nasty system change. Alright, so let's go ahead and take... And let's see here. Please move. I don't really know why I don't just move all those items closer to me for the time being, but it's not that much of a run. Alright, so if we type insert key, yeah, I was worried about that. So geez. So it does mean that I have to specify in the verbs here, it can't be default fail. Okay, it might not matter. Well, no, it wouldn't be... Well, we'll keep it as default. Let's see. I guess we'll allow this. So I think that's the only thing I really had to change, and we'll see if this actually works now. We're going to export again. Hello, Garrett. Welcome back. It's going pretty well. Finishing up PopCon feedback today, hopefully, and we'll see how far we get with that. I'm actually not sure how long that's going to take. I don't anticipate it taking the entire time if we're lucky. If we're not lucky, it'll probably take super long. So if this works, that'll actually cut down probably the most time-consuming thing we have to do today. And then I'll have to figure out what I want to do next. Alright, so that is now downloaded. We're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to replace it. And then we're going to have to sort of bang against the door to see what breaks. But alright, let's go ahead and clear this stuff out. Hit update again. It's really weird. Unsupported type item ID. I don't know where that's coming from. In any case, all that seems to be the same. Output is... That's interesting. You can't do that? I'm going to test something real quick. I'm going to debug. Let's see. Insert. Really? Interesting. Did I not properly replace it? Let's go back to normal here. Let's go to sewer door. So we're going to look for verb insert. Drink open. What the heck? Here we are. Insert. Text only default. How is that? So that's correct. But maybe it's breaking before that? Maybe, I don't know what this, why this is breaking like that. Okay, I guess I could try clearing. I don't want to do that though, that makes me very nervous. Clearing will actually sort of nuke everything, and then I can try a fresh parse, but, yeah, let's just try updating. But we still get, you can't do that. Okay, well, let's take a look at this. In any case, man, I'm always rude. Every time I go away and stop streaming for like a week, I forget my manners. How are you tonight, Garrett? Let's see. So we're going to do from JSON, which is going to be down at the bottom. From JSON. All right. To start, we're going to actually want to go to base, stop from JSON, go to definition. Let's see, object info. We're looking at required items info. Let's see, what are we going to do with this? Okay. Oh, and actually, you know what? No, that's not what we want. We want verb info, I believe. And let's see, we're going to add a new verb. Go to definition here. And this should, I believe, get a list, or get a string representing the default in this case. So here's the verb. No, output is actually what we want. There we go. So we're going to say output.length value is equal to... right, this is looping through all of our outputs. Value is, here we are. Value.toLower default output, which is just default, which it should be. So let's go to definition here on get default output. If it's nothing, does it? Yeah, it just returns default output failure. Okay. Maybe I should change that. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have one for insert. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and take care of this. Take equip. What's my verb order? I like to try and keep these in the same order. So it looks like insert should come after wave. Okay. Which, of course, itself probably does not have one. Okay. Which means it probably needs to come after combine. Yeah. Okay. Here we are. Oh no, I guess wave does. Okay. So let's go ahead and say public const string default output insert. Equal to this. Okay, game just shipped. That looks 90% like the game I wanted to make, so I might have to pivot. That is painful. I completely understand that. That sucks. I don't think that will happen with TextQuest. I don't know. Given how long it's taken me. Actually, my biggest fear is that I keep talking about it to people, and then they're going to just be like, he's taken 4 years to do this. I can do this in 2. I'm like, oh no, they'll beat me to market. So yeah, that's actually like one of my terrible mortal fears of conversing with other game developers, because they're like, because I assume because I'm very vain, that people are like, that's a brilliant idea, I'm going to take it. I'm like, no, let me finish it. In any case, so insert, I'm just going to say done. I don't really know a better insert default than done. In any case, let's see here. So we're going to go to eat, drink, combine, wave. So we're going to say case verb type dot insert return default. Put insert. Come on. Bam. All right. Let's try that again. I think that'll help. I feel like I also should visualize my actual output type. It's compiling. I'm like, why can't I scroll? Because there's actually an extra drop down in the output area that should be visible, but it's not, probably because I just ignored it. In any case, let's go ahead and update. Okay, done. All right, let's try this. Oh, right, this is a stupid thing that I hate. Hold on. There's a weird issue with how Unity... Yeah, okay, OpenID. There's a weird issue with how Unity serializes animators. I don't know why, but if you save while you have an animator field selected, anything referencing that animator field gets kind of wonky. It's weird. But that was affecting a custom property drawer I created to basically let me have a drop down for animator properties, so I don't have to constantly type strings. And Unity just does not like to serialize animator properties very well. It's very annoying, actually. And it's something that's been in there for years. I actually remember talking with other developers at Unite about this, and all of us complaining that Unity doesn't serialize it very well. In any case, continuing my rudeness, I forgot to ask you, Scorpio, how are you doing tonight? Alright, so let's try insert key. Dang it! What do you mean I can't do that? Okay. Well, let's check the door. I'm going to go back to debug. It is, really, it's still default fail. That's interesting. Okay. So we're going to do a minor bit of fixing here. We're actually going to go ahead and pull up the interactive object inspector. Oh boy. Yeah, this is why. Oh man. I am not going to rewrite this tonight, but I am going to rewrite part of it. Now that I understand the concept of serialized objects, but I'm not going to do that. That would take me forever. Meganim feels like it's not integrated into Unity 100%. The way it starts recording, even if you look at it, drives me crazy. Yeah, so if you haven't messed with 2017, they actually have what's called a preview mode now. So when you're recording an animation, it doesn't actually keyframe things until you actually hit record. So you can scrub and preview without worrying about changing things. It's actually pretty nice. It took a little bit of getting used to after working with Unity's animation system for so long, but having a preview mode is really, really nice in that regard. So it no longer just starts recording, like right away. In any case, so we're going to do draw info. I want to actually come down to, I believe, the draw verb. Here we are. At least I'm using serialized properties on everything. Let's see. So we want to add probably, so success effect, probably output type below success effect. All right. And where are we drawing this? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and say, oh, that actually, that's kind of pointless now, isn't it? I can get rid of a lot of this GUI stuff. Let's just go ahead and say editor GUI layout dot property field verb dot find property relative, and then it's going to be, I believe, output type. Hold on, it's going to be up here, all the way up here. Output type. Yep. All right. So that should display what it is. That way we can actually look at it. Makes it a lot easier to tell if it's actually worked properly. So we should just see it pop in, like right there. Yeah, it is a little bit better to have that preview mode. It's actually really nice for certain things. Let's see. I had Unity 6 years ago. Used it for nothing. When do I plan on release? I've been saying 1 year from now for the past 2 years, but optimistically, I'm going to say next year. More realistically, probably 2019. Just because we haven't even started the last 4 or 5 levels, and it's probably actually gonna be closer to 4. But those all need to be textured, modeled, play tested, refined. The overworld needs to be play tested because currently, really, the only levels that have been really play tested are the first 2. And obviously, we're going through right now and redoing the overworld, which is the next 5 levels of the game. And they're in a decent spot, but they definitely need some work done on them. They're not finished yet. But then after those, we have a whole new set of levels that are going to be way, way more complicated and way more time-consuming to actually construct. So optimistically, next year. More realistically, 2 years. I know it's taken me a long time, and I'm sorry. It just stems from me being a perfectionist and wanting to make sure that everything's polished up and feels satisfying to play, and all the puzzles need to be intuitive without being easy, and it's really weird dichotomy going on there. So at the very least, I can say definitely at least a year. I do apologize for the long wait. I can only hope that it's worth it once it's done. In any case, so this output type does not seem to be properly getting set. So let's go ahead and find all references. Interesting. Wait, do I never set it? That doesn't make sense. I never set it. Why? Maybe that's why. Huh. It's not even referenced by anything. Well, okay, so it is here for one very specific case, and I bet that's what I kept it in for. But it's never set. Okay. That's super awkward. I think they're, yeah, so default, custom, both, and default fail. None of which is really used. Okay. I might know what we want to do with this. So we're going to go down here to our from JSON. And let's see. That makes sense. Rather wait than a crap game. Yeah, as far as playtesting goes, I get probably close to 80% done, which would be the first 2/3 of the game. I'm thinking about sort of poking people and asking if they'd like to playtest it. Of course, that comes with a caveat. If you want to play the full game in a more polished state, then I would say don't do that. Just because I don't want to ruin the experience of just playing the game and not worrying about bugs. But this, when I get close to doing a beta release for testers, it's definitely going to be one of those things where it's like, there are a lot of systems that need to be banged on because I can only test so much by myself. So we can probably get rid of that. And give me a second here. Here we go. So, do I have output? I do. All right. So we're going to go ahead and... Actually, you know what? Hold on. Is Heroes Grove Manager... Cannot pull text. Oh! Okay. I understand what this is doing now. Yeah, okay. I think we're just going to get rid of this output type stuff. Because it is really not the best. And it's weird because I don't know how they can ever not have a default fail state if it's never set. So let me go ahead and just debug this. Element, yeah, it's always going to be default fail. Okay, so that is a worthless check. Huh. Well, all right then. I mean, I'm sure it served me some purpose eons ago when the parser system was still young and new. But I don't actually think we need this anymore because none of them are ever going to say that. That's why. Ah, okay. That explains a lot. Okay. So that this exact thing, this chunk of code here, or rather specifically this output type, this is actually what's also wrong with the ladders. Okay. So at some point, when I must have removed that functionality setting, and it broke things. So okay, I know what to do here. Okay. The real trick here is going to be, let's see here. So we're going to say, yeah, okay, this is how to put this up here. I basically have to, I'm going to set it here in this chunk of code to be whatever it needs to be, whether it's going to be custom, default, default fail, or both. So, let's go ahead and we're going to say if value, no, yeah, if value is equal to, or I guess actually we know that it's equal to default output. So we'll say if value is, no, I can't talk today. I'm sorry. We're going to say if output type is equal to output type.default. Then we're going to say output type is equal to output type.both. Else if output type is equal to output type.custom. Output type will be equal to, again, both. That's just if you have two outputs. Oh, right, lowercase o. Hello, Sky. Welcome back. How are you doing today? See, I'm getting better. It takes me less and less time each time someone shows up for me to ask how they're doing. I'm slowly becoming less of a rude person. Let's see here. If output type is equal to default. Okay. Else, we're just going to say output type is equal to default. All right. And, oh, I'm sorry, not default. It's going to be output type dot default. All right. Then we're going to say output type can't type. Output type is equal to output type dot default fail. All right. And I know that this is not going to currently take into account for multiple outputs. But if the default fail output is what we've input, it shouldn't have multiple outputs. It will probably always just say you can't do that. So I think this will work. All right. So let's see. If output type is equal to default, fine. What to do here? If it's none of those things, then I need to set it to basically be custom. So really? I didn't even know you could do that. Actually, something I've been wanting to do with notifications is, so I recently, as you can see if you pay attention to the bottom right, I've changed the avatar a little bit. Now it's in Unity, so I would like to do some sort of webhook into Twitch or Nightbot or Dashboard or Streamlabs or whatever to basically allow me to detect when people come in. That way, if I get like a rebroadcast or hosted, then I can have their like face pop up Or if there's someone who not rebroadcasts, who hosts regularly, I could even do like a custom sprite thing for them. But I don't know. I'm trying to make the little avatar guy a little bit more robust, but it's super weird to do that because it's like I need to spend time on something that has absolutely no bearing on my game's development besides having a nice little guy in the corner. Waiting for Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite looks interesting. I'm a little on it. All I know is that I can remove both treasures and make about 3 steps in Sierra mode get stuck. That is the point of Sierra mode, Scorpio. It is meant to just be mean and stump you. Phew. And that is why I'm kind of been like on Fortnite. Super expensive to buy in. In any case, so let's see. I could have a default here. Yeah, actually that's a good idea. So we're just gonna say default break, and we're just gonna say output type is equal to output type.custom. Because if it's neither of these two cases, then it should be custom. All right, I think we are good. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and do this. Else, I'll put equal custom. Okay, so I think that'll work. That's a text. All right, let's try setting this up once it compiles, which will of course take an eternity. Okay, let's hit update and boom, default. All right, if we look at all the other ones, oh right, you can't wave a door. That makes sense. Can't combine a door. Let's try take. Is that gonna give us? Nope, it's just gonna be okay. Let's see. Let's look for eat. That's going to be our default fail, but that's fine. Now let's look for examine. Here we go. Custom. All right. So I think that all looks right. And actually, before I do anything else, I would like to check. I have no idea where I put this. Okay. Hold on. I would like to refresh this too. I can only hope that it has everything it needs. We will find out. And turn all these things down. All right, and let's clear our console and hit update. That's a little disconcerting, but we'll find out. Directions that all work. Target level none. Down. Okay, this is all right. See verbs, and I think we want to say climb. Climb. Only climbing. Okay, so let's try climbing the ladder now. So hopefully, actually, that little fix will have fixed our ladder problem too. That would be so. I'd be so happy if that's the case. All right. So let's take the key. I always feel awkward not having audio on, but then whenever I turn it on, because I feel awkward, it's so loud, and I'm like, well, I have to talk over this, so I can't really do that. So I'm still trying to figure out how to do the streaming thing properly. I always feel awkward whenever I'm doing it. Go up. Yes! Ha ha ha! Something broke, though. Okay. What broke? Wrong thing. Let's see. Interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I know what it was. Yeah, target point right here. That was my fault. So bottom and top. Okay. So hooray, we did fix something that it broke. But hopefully we fixed it again. That's why I said I was nervous. Whenever I mess with a system that I haven't touched in probably 1 or 2 months, I'm like, something's gonna break. I just know it. Alrighty then. So let's go ahead and well that takes priority, I suppose. Well, thanks for stopping by, Sky. Hopefully we'll see you again, if you survive Destiny. Alright, so we're going to say go up. Yay! It works. And just out of curiosity, climb. Good. Making sure that it still detects top and bottom correctly. Let's see, so I have the key, right? So insert key. Dang it! What do you mean I can't do that? Huh, hold on. Insert. Required items. What happened here? Hold on. So when we update... Interesting. It's different? Am I hitting a... What the heck is going on here? Alright. That's super weird. What about unlock? Okay. We broke something. Hooray. I don't even know how we broke it, but apparently we did. I'm guessing it's something here. Oh, dang it. Right, that's not going to do us much good. Let's see. From JSON, climb info, CS33. Okay. Okay, so CS33, target level. I see. It's just setting it to be nothing. Are those in the same spots? 33 and 34. What am I doing? There we go. Target spawn. Same thing. Those are probably just empty, so they're getting set to none. That is fine. I don't know why our parser... Let's come down here. Oh. I'm looking at the wrong thing, aren't I? I was looking at sewer ladder. We want to look at sewer door. Sorry. Okay, so this one is correct. I hate it when I do that. Look at the wrong object. I'm like, why is this not parsing correctly? It's like, oh, it's the wrong thing. So that's interesting. Required items should be correct. But, I mean, we haven't set anything up differently, right? We're setting it to default. So these are the two things that we're trying to basically model after each other. So text only, default, false, true, true, and false. And then if we go over here to required items, we have iron key, unlock, sewer door unlocked, require equipped, always require. Okay. Just out of curiosity, we're going to try basically just doing a regular old unlock door. See if that works still. Because if unlock door works, then I'm not entirely sure why insert key wouldn't work. So let's go ahead and say, please move. Climb. Dang it, I forgot again. We're going to fix that because I know that's going to be a problem for all time, basically. Let's go to climbable object, right? Yeah, climbable object. There we go. So we're going to do something similar to what we do with verbs when we parse out. So whenever I parse verbs on interactive objects, we have sort of this array of JSON that we loop through. But we don't actually just overwrite the old verb information. We create a new list and then set key information from the old list into the new list. Because there are certain things like transform references that I obviously can't parse out of JSON. So instead, I store that information in the original list, then I set the information in the new list to match that information, and then I just reset everything. So we're going to do something similar with here, or with climbable objects. Let's see, so let's see. So you can see here that we reset climbable directions. And if I remember correctly, we call reset. Yeah, we call reset object here. So, does base reset object clear our verbs? It does not. Okay, well then we're going to get rid of that because we don't actually want to clear that. Instead, we are going to say, and actually, hold on. Yeah. So we will comment this out for now, and I'll get rid of it at the end. So we're basically going to make a temporary list that we then add all of these new climate infos on, and then we're just going to repopulate them based off of the old list. And I think actually, if we go ahead and go to interactive object, go all the way down here to from JSON. So we get our new verbs, and then at the end, are we just literally looping through? Oh yeah. So I guess if the verb count is different, then I don't bother to set all that stuff up, mostly because it's probably very difficult to do so. So we'll probably do the same thing here. So we're going to say climbable directions equals null for now, because I haven't initialized a new list yet. So we're going to say list, what is climbable directions? It's a list of climb info. New directions, new list, climb info. All right. Oh, and good. We can get rid of the for each loop and replace it with a regular old for loop. So we're going to say if. Oh, I guess actually we don't need to do that yet. We're going to say if new directions dot count is equal to climbable directions dot count. Then we're going to set that, and then we're going to just go ahead and say climbable directions is equal to new directions. Okay, essentially getting rid of the old references. So what we're going to do up here is we're going to say for int I is equal to 0, I is less than climb directions dot length. Oh, and I forgot my I++. All right. And then we're just going to say pretty much this. And then climb directions of I. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Climb directions dot get object at index I. There we go. Forgot how my own JSON system works. All right, so we should be able to get rid of this for each loop. For loops are much better. Although actually, I think for each loops and for loops performance has pretty much gotten to the same point as of like 5.3 or 5.4 or something. Because before, for each loops were horrendous compared to regular for loops. Although there is still, I think, a little bit of overhead with for each loops that for loops don't have anymore, or don't have. All right, so we're going to set our climbable directions, except that's not right. We're going to set new directions.add. All right, and then we're going to say another for loop, for int I is equal to 0. I is less than climb directions. I'm sorry, climbable directions dot count I++. All right, I'm going to say climbable, or no, new directions of I dot, I think we want target point. Target point is equal to climbable directions of I dot target point. All right, simple as that, and that should actually set everything up properly. So now we can get rid of this. And yeah, okay. So to show you what that does, we'll assign these transform references, and then we'll re-update everything, and they should basically be retained. That way we no longer have to constantly reassign references whenever we parse out information, because that is one of the worst things about using that JSON update method. All right, so we're going to go ahead and drag in bottom for down and top for that, and then if we hit update, they stay in place. All right. So let's go ahead, clear out all this stuff, and try to unlock the door. God, every time I look off to the Twitch stream, I get super annoyed because my avatar is not quite centered in that square. And that's because it's technically a wider window than a square, but it bugs me. I really just want to fix it. I will fix it probably after this play. So we're going to go up. All right, so we're going to say insert key. That doesn't work. Let me make sure it didn't actually remove the key. Okay. Unlock with key. Oh, you know what I bet's happening? I bet if I did this. Dang it! Ah, I knew it. Oh, crud. That presents whole new problems. Alright. So... Oh, geez, this is a mess. Oh, that is way more complicated than I thought of. Yeah, OBS does need snapping. So what's happening here, when we were typing insert key, in my mind I was thinking insert key and implied to door, or into door. But the parser doesn't know that. The parser only knows that we have specified a verb and a noun. So it's going to try to insert key, or insert the key, but not into anything specifically. It's just going to try to actually insert the key. Oh man, that becomes so much more complicated. Okay. Let me think. Is there a fast way around this? I actually don't know if there's a good way around this. So the problem is, the reason I had to use this insert with key is because with is a preposition that indicates which noun is a subject, the implied door, and which noun is the indirect object, which is the key. That's because the object is having the action done to it by the indirect object. So you are inserting the key into the door. But here, there is no such interaction. It doesn't know what to do. It just tries to insert key. Okay. That gets really complicated then. Oh, man. And that's the thing, is like no one says insert with key. I bet actually if we did this, and here's the annoying part, certain phrases would work. So you saw insert with key would work, but I bet if we tried insert key into door, it would work. I actually don't know if I have into. I don't have into. How do I not have into? Huh. Alright. Well, we can use to for now. Or on. So, right, unlock door with key will work, because in that sentence the door is the subject, please move, and the key is the indirect object. Climb, put key into key, and that's another thing. I have a lot of times when doors are locked, people try to like pick the lock, but I don't have a lock there, so it's like I don't see a lock around here. Same thing would happen with keyhole. I actually don't even know if I have keyhole. I don't have keyhole in my dictionary. So I bet if we typed insert key... Can I say in? This is going to be interesting. I don't actually know if in is a preposition. Ah, dang it. Well, let's find out. I'm actually curious if in is a preposition. Take a look at our dictionary. Let's see. In is a preposition. Put key in chest. Insert key. Oh, that actually doesn't work. Right. Ah, dang it. Because actually, so put key in chest, you are putting the action. No. The action is being done into the key, on the key, but it's being placed into the chest. So the chest in that case is the indirect object. Dang it. Okay, so that wouldn't work. So I couldn't say into door. I could weirdly enough do something like insert door in key, and that would work. Ah, jeez, this just became a whole can of worms. Um, Hopefully not the player's chest. I should have that happen though. If you type chest and there's not a chest around, should just say like you awkwardly try to insert the key into your chest cavity. That doesn't seem to work. Oh man. Okay. What to do here? God, this is why I hate. This is one of the worst parts about making it a text-based adventure. It's like, well, there are stupid parts of language that sometimes just don't adhere to the rules. So, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. Without a very specific check built into my interactive object parsing, I can't really do this. Oh man, and even the parser would have to get in on this and know that. I feel like that would be super creepy. It's like, I don't see a chest. Maybe you meant yours. Just have like an ominous laugh after that. Jeez. Yeah, the parser gets super involved in this. Maybe no, that wouldn't make sense. I was gonna say maybe I could have something in the JSON that specifies that, but that actually wouldn't work. So let's think of some of the cases that we would use a key, and I know I'm just going to type them, but it's going to complain, but we can ignore that. So if we typed, the ideal thing is we want to do insert key. Okay, I know it's just going to reply, I don't see a key around here, but we're going to ignore that for now. So this insert key into door. Oh, right, sorry. Insert key in door. That should do the same thing. And this will not work because it's a reverse interaction, basically. So instead of unlocking the door with the key, which you have to interact with the door as the subject for it to understand that it's the thing that should be looking at the key. Oh man, this gets way more complicated. Geez, I need some sort of system for subjects to check with their indirect objects. Oh man. Actually, do I not have something like this already in place? Let me go to item real quick. Oh yeah, this is gonna be super easy. So many things are called item. Let's see here. Collection. It'll probably just be faster for me to go to interactive object. I'm gonna go all the way up here. Find all references. And where? Actually, you know what? I think we can do. I can never remember what it is, but there's something in the search here that lets me actually look for things that inherit. Huh? Really? Oh, I thought there was one. It's just view call hierarchy. I don't know. Super weird. Alright, I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Find all references. Yeah. I will try to defeat the English language. Thanks for stopping by, Garrett. Let's see. Oh boy, I just know I'm going to be banging my head against the wall here. Let's see. So we want to go to interactive object. Item. Where are you? And let's do it. I'll just look for it over here. Or you know what would be even easier? If I just... Actually, not... Here. Go to definition. Here. That's much easier. Okay. So, combat effect message, we're not worried about that. Is equipped in inventory, check verb. Alright. Text only, read text, add to inventory. I think on drop, here we go. Jeez. Yeah, so I have this massive check here. God, this is so messy. That basically says if you're interacting with an item, so say you have a key in your inventory. If you're interacting with an item and you tell it to remove itself from your inventory, so if you say like drop key, then you're going to do this check. If that's interesting. Oh, it's the items check, right? So if the indirect object of that sentence, so if you say drop key in chest, is a container, which is what a chest is, then you're actually going to wait, what? Yeah, you said it. Oh, right. Then we basically flip it. So if it's a container, we basically stop parsing on the item side, and then we how do we phrase this? We basically stop parsing on the item side, and then we flip it over to the container and say, what do you want to do with me? So, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Give me a second here. We're going to go to interactions, intro, sewer, props. No, it's probably just under castle and then items. We want iron key. We're going to go to our verb here. And we don't, this is where it gets weird. So this effect here sort of determines expected behavior. 9 times out of 10 it's going to be text only, which means it's only going to output text, but other times you have to do specific things. Like when you say drop key, it needs to know that it needs to actually drop itself from your inventory. Okay. So, oh boy. Insert. This is interesting. So I'm already doing a specialty, or a special check, if I'm doing insert on another item. But, I wonder... Alright. Let me think. How do I want to structure this? This is not an insignificant change, and I'm pretty sure that what we're going to do tonight is going to be a terrible hack. But we're basically going to do this. Break. If verb is equal to verb type. No, that's actually not what we want. We don't want to check that. Instead, we want to say if basically, excuse me, we're basically going to do this. If sentence dot indirect object is door, we're going to say else, go to case verb type dot combine. So this is the case. This is indeed going to be the bit of a time sink that I thought it was going to be. Man. So if the sentence indirect object is a door, we're basically going to do what we were doing down here with add to inventory, and we're going to flip it. So let's see here. Cached inventory can carry item. No, this is add to. Let's see. Remove container is open is in inventory. Cached inventory container insert item. Okay. Now the real problem here is that I honestly don't know if I have a convenient way to check this on doors. So let me check this out. So climbable object and climb info, we're done with those. Those are good. Castle sewer manager, we're done with you. Okay, door. Do I actually have a check? I have open and close. And then I have the regular old check verb and do verb thing. Jeez. Okay. So I'm just gonna have to fake this, kinda. Ugh. Oh, oh boy, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be very good. All right. So if the sentence.indirect object is a door, then we're gonna do something weird. Specifically, we're gonna stop parsing and sort of flip it so that the door is the subject, and then we're gonna reparse all that information. So we're actually gonna do return here. Return. All right. Oh, I guess that's true. I don't need an else here. I can just do go to. There we go. So we're gonna say door dot. Oh, I'm sorry. Sentence dot. Okay, that's not gonna work. So we're just gonna say door is equal to sentence dot indirect object as door. Oh, door and then door. And then we're just gonna say door dot. I believe we want to say check verb. Okay. It is something. No, it's probably check phrases, isn't it? Dot check phrase. All right. And we're just going to go ahead and pass sentence space after and show name. All right. But before we can do that, we actually need to flip these things. So we're going to say sentence dot indirect object is equal to sentence dot direct object. And then we're going to say sentence dot direct object is equal to door. Can I do that? Nope, of course not. But I can do set direct objects, I believe. Okay. This is going to be very, very terrible. Oh, and also I forgot to stop playing, so that's the thing. I'm curious if this will even work, but we will find out. This actually leads itself to potentially a lot of problems. So, I don't know. Actually, should I check? No. I'm hoping that sentence.indirect object is going to just be false there. So if we're checking if it is a door, I'm hoping it'll be false if it's null, and not throw a null reference exception, but we'll find out. Actually, we can find out very easily. I will try inserting the key into myself. Take, insert key in self. Okay, that works. I guess it defaulted, so we don't know for sure, but... Oh, and I guess I should actually say, like, insert key. Okay, good. So, please move. All right, climb. And insert key in door. This still doesn't solve my underlying problem, does it? Ah, jeez. Yeah. Okay. Actually, hold on. I'm going to clear this. We're going to try that line again. I want to make sure that it sets everything as expected. So down here at the end... Okay, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Alright, so everything gets parsed out as expected. It does think the key is the direct object, but that should get flipped. However, oh, no. Okay, we're gonna do some debugging here. Debug.log. Insert. Debug.log. Test. Okay. And actually, hold on. I think I can do sentence dot. Do I not have a like string representation? No, I guess not. Oh, there it is, dot value. So we're going to move that below here. All right. Let's see. And I'm going to take a drink while we wait for it to compile. All right. So hopefully we'll get an expected outcome with that. So hopefully we'll actually be able to see that at least the sentence, well, I guess even reached there, that it actually said that it was interacting with a direct object, or a door as an indirect object. Please move. And hopefully we'll be able to actually address this issue. I didn't even think about how the system would interpret insert key, honestly. So insert key in door. All right. So let's check. Huh. Nothing happened. Okay. Interesting. Excuse me. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this, and then we're gonna try this again. Okay. Interesting. Let's go ahead and... Oh no, I know what's happening. Dang it! Same thing that happened with... Oh, jeez. Same thing that happened with the door. Insert is set to just be default fail. This is really problematic. How do I want to change this? Me? Pepsi or Coke? I don't like either, really. I'm actually a Dr. Pepper guy. But if I have to pick between the two, I'll pick Coke. I hate Pepsi. It is quite gross. Let's see here. Insert default. I might just need a weird check for insert and extract. Because if you think about it, when you type insert key, right now what it assumes is that you're weirdly trying to like do an abstract concept of inserting the key, but you're not trying to insert the key into something, you're just trying to insert key, which is a really weird thing. So what probably needs to happen is insert will grab whatever is the indirect object or whatever you're interacting with. Hey, this is really not great. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to add some stuff to the dictionary real quick. I'm going to add into, which isn't going to go right below in, of course not. Insult, interact. Okay. Below, into, preposition, and I guess, let's see, so in points to the object being affected afterwards. And I believe that is the same thing as this, so we're going to say after. So put key in chest. You put the key in the chest. Put key, or insert key into door. You are inserting the key into the door. So the door is having the key inserted into it. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to, I guess we can just use in for now. Yeah, so this is problematic. Jeez. Ah. Great. Let me think. So we could bump all insert and extract verb types over to combine, but they're all technically different. I guess insert is the same thing as combine. So you're gonna like insert the key into the door. You're technically combining the key in the door. When you think about it on a really abstract level. But then extract is going to be something like taking a key from a door that already has a key in it. How do I want to do this? Combine and insert. This is going to be tough. I'm trying to figure out how to, because the thing is, I could probably very quickly come up with a very hacky solution, but I need to make sure that this change does not basically collapse the entire system I have set up. So insert, combine. Maybe those should be special. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think I know what I want to do here. So since our indirect object is not equal to null. Oh, crud. It's the iCombinable thing. That. Well, actually, I suppose I could add that to door. Let me peek definition here. Combine with item. That might actually solve my problem. New subject is sentence indirect object. Sentence indirect object is equal to this. New subject dot check phrase sentence and space after. Yeah, it's basically doing what I was already doing. Okay. So we're gonna get rid of all of this. I'll just comment it out for now. So now insert is just going to go down here to combine. Oh boy. And so that means the door is going to have to be iCombinable. iCombinable. So we're going to go ahead and come up here and say override combine. Okay, what was the override? Collision, damage, deactivate. What was the actual value? Combine with item. Why won't you work? Oh, right, because it's not an abstract thing. It's just public void combine with item, item, item. All right. So that actually works out fairly well, because now our doors can just expect items to try and combine with them, and we can treat it just like we would a regular old do verb. So we're going to say yeah. So we're going to say verb is equal to get verb type dot unlock. Then we will say if verb dot item checks. No, I'm sorry, required items dot contains item dot item ID. So if they actually contain that, then we will do okay, hold on. We're gonna have to just do this kinda. So we have to make a sentence from scratch. Oh boy. Okay. Let me think. We're gonna say sentence s is equal to new sentence. Can I give it? No. Okay. All right. So we're gonna say s dot direct object or set direct objects, and it's just gonna be this. S dot indirect objects is going to be item. S dot verb is going to be equal to verb. Oh, not S divided by verb. S dot verb. Is that a word? It is a word. Okay. Let me think. So we're literally just going to call this, is sentence even used here? We are using sentence verb, so, okay. So I do have to pass in that verb. So we have to make a TQ word. Parser.dictionary.get word, and then we'll just have it be unlock. Make sure it is actually, yeah, two lower each time. All right, so we should be good there. Okay, and I think all we'll have to do next is, do we want to do check verb? Yes. Yeah, we probably need to do check verb. So we're just going to call check verb s comma verb comma, it's just problematic. We'll say true and false for now. Alright. I don't actually even think that space after is used anymore. Not really. I mean, it's past, but I don't actually think it's thing, because we basically use spaces before things now, not after. In any case, let's try this. I have no idea if this is going to work, but it'll be interesting either way. All right. Okay. So the theory right now is that it should try to basically, hold on, please. It should see that it's I combinable because it's a door. Then it should flip itself to try and just set itself to allow the door to parse everything. But we'll see if that actually ends up being the case. I really hope it is. Insert key door. Yes! Ha! Ha ha ha! Yes! All right. So that worked. That worked surprisingly well. So now we have another problem, though. So we can say things like insert key in door, but we can't just say insert key. And that logically should actually work. Okay, let me think. If we don't specify a indirect object here, what we can try is, oh, well, right there. That means it might actually work already. Could it be that past Chris was actually smart enough to think of things ahead of time? That happens so rarely. But when it does, it's great. Usually because whenever I try to do that, it ends up backfiring and I have to rewrite it anyway. This might work. That would be so amazing. Okay, so we're going to say, please move. Not please moke. Mos? What would M-O-C-E be? Moss. Mochi. It might actually be mochi. In any case, insert key. Yes! Got it to work. Yes. Oh, wow. That's so exciting. Okay. So the real question, or one of the real questions is, one, I'm going to test it to see if typing insert key into self will work. Alternatively, if typing key, like just insert key when I'm not interacting with something, will work. So take insert key. You can't do that. Yeah, and what should probably happen here is that it should output what would you like to insert the key into. So if I say like insert key in self, yeah, that's not a bad, yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. So we can get rid of this chunk of code. It's not necessary anymore. But we probably do need to say, yeah, we're going to go ahead and say else. And I think if this just defaults, we should go to our regular old, oh god, I forgot how long this chunk of code is. Output result. Okay. We probably need to do some sort of weird caching. So instead we're going to have to say parser dot set or cache, set cache. Okay. Give me a second here. There's a parser somewhere around here that's being used. Stop parser, output result. I thought I had a parser dot set info. Huh. Really? It's all just stop parser, huh? Alright, come down here to interactive object, and we're going to want to go to, let's see, do verb, parser. There we go. Set parser info. Okay. I see. So that's just a coroutine. Okay. So we're going to come up here, and we're going to go up here, and we're going to say start coroutine parser. So this should set the cached direct object, I believe, the sentence verb. Okay. So we're going to say interactive object down here. All right. We're going to do this. Oh man, this is like a super not robust way of doing this, I think. So we're going to return semicolon, not period. What would you like to sentence.verb.word to lower the name with? Okay. Oh, and this is going to be a little different actually. So we're going to say verb dot verb type, or I guess verb dot verb is equal to verb type dot combine question mark else something else, and let's go ahead and do this. There we go. Into question mark. Okay. So let's let that go. And now I'm going to try inserting the key. I'm also going to try combining it, and the expected output should say, with just the input phrase insert key, should output what would you like to insert the key into. And if I say combine key, it should just say what would you like to combine the key with. So let's see if that actually works. very hopeful that it does, because that's actually makes me giddy. I'd had to stifle a, I don't know, a giddy noise. So take, insert key. Ah, see, that's problematic. What would you like to insert the key with? Yeah. So if I say combine, not combine, combine key. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. So it's just combining it by default? Interesting. I wonder if I have something up here that's going to do that. Container, check verb. No, I don't really have anything for that. Okay. Let's go ahead and stop playing. If verb is equal to combine, or verb.verb is equal to combine, then with. Huh. Alright. Let's go ahead and we're just gonna. Oops, got a stray. All of this there. Say debug.log, and then we're just going to say, wow, can't not type today, verb.verb. Okay, so that should tell us what it thinks it is. I'm guessing that it thinks it's combine, given the output, but I'd like to be sure. So, oh, man. All right, let's give this a shot. Oh, and before I forget, because I meant to do this. Oh, wrong thing. Hold on. Sorry. Gotta come over here to OBS. I'm gonna slide my guy over just a little bit, so he's more center. There we go. Sorry, that was bugging me really badly. All right. So we're gonna take. By the way, for the new avatar, while I'm testing this stuff, let me know if his animations freak out, because there's a couple of new animations, and if they look like they sort of twitch for a couple of frames and then go back, let me know, because I think I got it correct. The animator was really weird for that. In any case, I'm going to say insert key. Oh, and then we have robust logging going on too, so that's not great. So yeah, it does think it's combine. Is insert set to be a combine? It actually might be. Okay, maybe if I change that? I don't think I'll need to really do much here. Okay, I'm gonna download this dictionary and set it up, and we're gonna see if this works. We don't need the notes page. We're gonna replace existing files. We will force string values, export cell arrays, sheet arrays. Do I need to do value arrays? No. Okay, good. And we do need to do this. Okay, I think that's all we need for that. So we're going to export this dictionary. Let's see. Show in Explorer. Hopefully the dictionary won't take too long to compile. Download that. And let's go ahead and go to dictionary, downloads, dictionary. Drag this over. Oh man, our dictionary is almost 200 kilobytes. It's getting up there in size. All right, I'm going to update the dictionary. Got 301 words added into. Okay. So now if I try it, I think it will work. So once we've confirmed that this is working, we're actually going to switch over to Sierra mode to test some puzzles, because it's kind of necessary to make sure that Sierra mode has some weird logic checks, because you need to be able to break things by accident, because that's just the kind of game I'm making for Sierra mode. Let's see. So we're going to try insert key. Nice. And if we try combine key, good. Okay. What would you like to combine the iron key with? Versus what would you like to insert the iron key into? What would you like to insert the iron key into? Is there a better word for that than insert? What would you like to insert the iron key into? I think that works. And actually, let's go ahead and do insert key self. Yeah, this probably needs to change. Yeah. Well, in any case, so that's a thing, but I'll have to figure out how to do that. All right, so we're gonna stop playing, and we are going to jump over to Sierra mode. Place maybe? What do you mean? Oh, what would you like to insert the key place? Is that what you mean? I don't know if that flows very well. Let me see. So we're gonna go do splash fade. I guess actually I could just go straight to the castle level. I would just have to change my session code a little bit. So currently, whenever I play in a scene, it spawns in a bunch of stuff that it needs, and it sets a default save state, and that default save state is just set to be normal mode. So for me to test Sierra mode, I either have to edit my my session script, which is like my game manager, or I have to start from this scene so that I can actually make a new game and do all that fun stuff. Place instead of insert sounds better to me. What would you like to place the key into? Yeah, I can see that. The only downside to that is that, like, if you're putting a key into a doorknob, I wouldn't say that you're placing the key in the doorknob. I'd say that you're inserting the key into the doorknob. Place, and this is just a personal thing, place to me implies that you're placing an object like on a table. So you're sort of like setting it down, whereas insert actually is putting it into the object itself. So it's a slight connotation difference, but it's one that is noticeable to me personally. But yeah, I can definitely see that. So what would you like to place the key into? Yeah. In any case, so we're going to do a new game. Chris. Yes. Sierra. Yes. Right. Green. Yes. And yes. All right. Now, because I don't want to spoil anything, I don't want to give you guys the answer to Sierra mode. I'm going to just gonna oh, I guess I gotta bring that to the front. Hold on. Let's move this to the top. We're just gonna hide my game view here. Kind of just keep going there so you guys can't see what's going on here, and I'll move it back afterwards. But I don't want you guys to be able to see what the solutions to Sierra mode are. So, because then what would be the fun of that, right? Let's see. Take, oh, right. All right. So, actually, that doesn't look too bad when he's blown up. I was a little worried that the player character, my streaming avatar would be very obnoxious when it's zoomed up like that. I really should have a spoiler warning thing up so that people don't just think that I'm Devstreaming a giant sprite. Oh man. Gotta wait for the king cutscene to play through. So, I should just describe in vivid detail what I'm looking at. Let's see. So currently what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get the solutions to some stuff here. Oh, I guess actually I can move everything back now. Oops. No, I grabbed the wrong one. There we go. Okay, everything's going back to normal. Right about there. Center him. And we'll send him to the back. Okay. Sorry. Now you guys can resume watching. I just didn't want to spoil it. Alright, so we're going to take our wax key. Oh, something. Huh, that was interesting. So the drawing room, if you notice, I guess it's faded now. It was staying up as long as I had this window open. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. So, currently, if I type, so insert key, yay! Okay, so that still works. And I'm going to have to try one more thing. So I got to pause, and then I know I just did this, but I have to put it back. Let's see. Where is this order? To top. Give me a second here. Don't want to spoil anything again. I really should just make a separate scene collection. I'll probably do that actually tonight. I'm going to pause, drag myself over. Normally I don't really care too much about spoilers, but the point of Sierra mode is that it should be really difficult to get through. And if even one person knows and then posts about it online, it's going to be ruined for everyone, so I'll feel terrible. So let's see. That's not good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we do have. I can put this back again. We do have a minor problem with that change. It affected how certain objects can interact with other objects, and that's something I'm probably going to have to figure out off of the Devstream, I guess. Just because, again, I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. All right. And actually, hold on. Yeah, that's good enough. All right. So what can we do? I guess we can look at that. Switch. So we can look at this. This is something that Sierra mode has a problem with now. Is switch and I combinable? It is not. But maybe lever is. I don't actually know if I have a... Yeah, so I have a lever switch. Which is not an I combinable. That's interesting. Let's go to the castle real quick. It's a combinable switch. That's what it is. Okay. Right. So we have. Okay. I think I know what the problem is. Combined with item. Verb is equal to get verb type dot combine. No. Okay. Dang it. I don't want to keep throwing up spoilers. To debug this problem, I have to... it's so annoying. All right. Well, I can actually get around it, I guess. So let me make some quick edits. So we're going to go to session. Session. Here we go. Where are we? Default. Spawn difficulty. There we go. So we're going to say Sierra string. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my test spawn point. Assuming that the game compiles, of course. It won't let me. There we go. We're going to drag this in here. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab an arm. Just drag all this stuff down. Okay, so I should be able to interact with that. Ah, dang it! What did I do that for? I haven't positioned it yet. It's in the middle of nowhere. I can't grab it. All right. Let me position this real quick, and then we're going to kind of debug behaviors that we expect here. All right, so we're going to take this, and so currently, I'm going to go ahead and open. We're going to clear out our console, turn off maximize on play. So I'm going to say insert arm. So this is interesting. Right, so we get to insert here, which should combine, but it didn't. Interesting. Interesting. How exactly does one insert a level base with a gold arm? So the problem here is that it should be treating insert here as combine, but it's not. So this puzzle in Sierra mode won't work currently. It's interesting. So it does actually default to insert, but that should still go through. Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and, so we want to go to combinable switch, combine with item. If verb is not equal null and verb requires item, item.itemID. This will only work with one item for now. That's fine. I guess let's debug this part right here. So debug.log verb.verb. And actually we'll say verb is equal to null plus string divide plus verb dot requires item dot item ID. Oh, I forgot my plus here. Well, I didn't forget it. I apparently just put it somewhere stupid. Okay, what's going on here? Why? Oh, right. I always forget about this equals check. For some reason, it just loves, if it's not isolated by parentheses, it just loves misinterpreting my statements. All right. Let's get this fixed. And Shazam. Abracadabra. Alakazam. Okay. And then we have the eternity to wait. Alright, so we're going to take this. Open, insert. Arm. Interesting. Huh. So we get to here, but we don't go through here. That's interesting. Maybe, no. Okay, let's debug this situation here. Maybe it's not actually set up properly. Hold on. Let's close this. Close these things. We're going to go to gold arm. And let's go to verbs. Is insert and combine set to do something weird? No, it is not. Hmm. Okay. So this is interesting. Let's go ahead and put some extra debugs in here. Debug.log. Sentence.indirect object is equal to null, question mark. Sentence.indirect object name. Alright, so it's going to be null otherwise. And if sentence direct object is equal to null. Okay. So that should do it. Maybe it's interacting with multiple things? I guess, no, that doesn't make sense. It should work. Because combine works, so I don't know why insert wouldn't work. That's super awkward. I'm not doing anything specifically with combine, am I? No, I'm not. Weird. I found something odd in Sierra mode I don't think it's supposed to do. What'd you find? Insert arm. Interesting. So we get to lever base. Okay, so we're gonna debug this plus a string and then plus sentence. Oops, I can't spell sentence apparently. Sentence dot indirect object is I combinable, I guess. What are you squiggling? Oh. No, 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 no. That doesn't. Oh, hold on. I bet it's this. This is parentheses. If you try to open the portrait of the king, it says it's already open. Yeah, that's not a quirk with Sierra mode. That's actually something that I need to fix. It's an oversight in how that painting is handled, basically. So it shouldn't say that. I mean, technically the underlying system should, but that painting specifically should not. Okay, so let's try this again. Take, okay. Open, insert, I was going to say insert key, insert arm. All right, come down here. That is so bizarre. Okay. Yeah, I have a note of that actually in my notes from PopCon. I noticed that someone also did that, like that exact thing, and it's something that just needs to be smoothed out as far as interactions go. Yes, and my cat wants attention. Let's see. So we're gonna get rid of this debug because we know it's getting there, and instead I'm going to put a debug.log test here. I am also going to, let's go to parser. I'm going to turn off logging and robust logging in the false. False. All right. That way we don't get spammed with all of this stuff, just because if we're not careful, then well, not if we're not careful. If we have all of the debugging set to true, then it's going to debug every step of the parsing process, including when it sets objects and when it sets verbs and all that, and that just clutters it so fast. So, so we're going to take, and I guess I can maximize on play now. Let's go ahead and say open, and then insert. Okay, so we're getting there. So we're getting all the way to test, but check phrase. Oh, okay. So that's the problem. Why? Hmm? Is it just an oversight? Hold on. I think this is actually supposed to be done like this. Oh, what's it called? Yeah, combine with item. Ah, okay, that's why. Um, mm. So I can't. Ah, that's why I did it that way. I guess I should probably just do this. New subject has I combinable dot combine with item. This. Okay. I think that'll work. Let's go ahead and clear this out. If that does work, there's probably some amount of checking I need to do, but wait, hold on a second. How come we didn't have this problem with the door? That's weird. Is this being called somewhere else? Switch combinable switch. Interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. I think that's why it was. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably why. All right. Either way, let's test this out. Blah. And probably once we get this solved, that's going to be a good place to stop for the night. Assuming that I can get it solved in a decent hour. So insert key. Oh, right. Insert arm. That's not good. So it worked, but we didn't get what was expected. So hold on. Let's go to, let's see, we want combinable switch. Is this being called specifically anywhere? I don't think it is. On verb success, refresh switch. Oh, geez. Okay. So in theory, all of that works, but the problem is that it's not quite right. Okay. Where do I want to redo this then? Let's go ahead and say item. So is the sentence then, here, let's change this. And then I guess we'll say if sentence dot verb type dot contains verb type dot combine. going to say if that's not the case, so if it's not a verb that can combine things, we're going to set it to be one. Sentence.verb is equal to parser.dictionary.getWord combine. Okay. Then I think it will actually output text and behave as expected. And then that should handle everything as it already was being handled. At least I hope it will. We'll find out. Once it actually lets me do stuff, I guess. Take. And, oh! Hooray! I really need to work on getting visualization for that working. Thank you for whoever subscribed. I do not know. Okay, so we're going to say insert arm. Yes! Alright, so that's working. Alright, we're going to go ahead and, one, I'm going to switch back my session stuff to normal mode. And two, I am going to the armor arm, disable my spawn point for test spawns, and then we're going to go back to the sewers and make sure that insert key still works as expected there, and then that'll probably be a good place to stop for the night. Just because we got insert key to work on doors. That is something that no one will be impressed by, but it honestly could have been a lot worse actually than it ended up being. So let's go ahead and jump down here to the sewers. Pet my cat because she wants attention. And she's spoiled. Alright. Let's go ahead and play. And I suppose we should probably just try inserting key into ourselves to see what happens. Make sure that that still works as expected. Alright, so take, insert key, self. Alright, so that works. Let's go ahead and run up to the... Please move. I do feel terrible for spoiling the fact that you can talk to the troll like that, but it's so much faster than fighting him. Okay, so we're going to try insert key. Ah, dang it. Yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. Okay, let me think. Okay, we can probably get around that by going over here to the door. And let's see, come down here. Where are you? Ah, here we are. Let's see. Get verb unlock. Interesting. So it breaks. Oh, because it goes straight to check verb. Right. Interesting. Okay, what did I do? How did I have a stupid moment where that didn't make sense? I thought we had an explicit call to combine with item here. Text only. Interesting. Okay. Man, that is really inconvenient. All right. Okay. Well, let's do some quick checks. Sentence.indirect object, remove from inventory, yada yada yada. None of that stuff is working. It's not a separate function that I have, right? Nope. Well, great. So combine breaks it. Oh, right. I know why. It's because door. Right. Okay. So what happens is we call check verb, and then if we have a verb type open or insert, then it will basically treat it as if you unlocked the door. I suppose I could allow that to happen for combine. So if you type, so that means that technically when you type combine key with door, that would be unlocking it, and that sort of makes sense, but that's also super weird. So I don't know if I want to allow for that. I mean, for now, I guess I can test this. Just do this. Or verb.verb is equal to verb type.combine. Because, I mean, if you think about it, technically, whenever you are unlocking the door, you are combining the key with the door for a brief period of time. So this should make it work, but that does, I don't know, that does seem weird. Maybe it's a non-issue, really, when we get down to it, just because you can do it doesn't mean that people will. Now, I'm sure people will try to figure out what the limits of the parser are, but the average player is not going to type combine key with door. They're more likely to just say insert key or, unlock door with key. So let's go ahead and say take. We'll run up to the door. Yeah, this is why I should have a console. Please move, because then I can turn on no clipping and just fly. Fly around like a madman. Climb. And so we're going to say insert key. Cool. All right. So it works, but that does mean that we have unfortunately exposed combine to work. But again, I don't think it's really much of an issue. So yeah, that's probably actually a pretty good place to stop for the night. So we got, let's see, what did we do today? We got insert key to work for doors. We fixed the go up bug on the ladder, which was not on the agenda, but it was a happy accident by virtue of needing to refactor some of the system to handle insert key. So yeah, I think we actually did a lot today. It's always satisfying. Let me see, do I have any other announcements? None off the top of my head. So we'll be back on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And not sure what we're going to work on. I'll check my notes from PopCon. I think we pretty much covered all the big stuff. Anything that's left we'll probably sweep up on Thursday, and otherwise we'll move on to the overworld, trying to polish that up and getting some nice new puzzles. Well, some puzzles actually put back in there after 2 years of not having them in there again. So, I think anything else? Nope. So as always, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.